Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, July 20th. Skipped yesterday. Gamed with my buddies and got the information I needed from Bob that I could edit together things and start getting them ready to try and get them uploaded. Start getting that out already. Because I don't got much time. Need to start getting that prepared. And today I edited. I got off work and I edited the first session. Got the lower thirds put in front of it. So that's now exporting. That can go. Okay. Now I'm like, movie day. It's Tuesday. Time for a movie. And I'm like, thought a little bit. There's been a couple times I've thought about maybe trying a movie, but it's a movie that's a part of a series. And I'm like, I don't want to. Obviously, I'm in the middle of James Bond. And that's like a major series. And so until I finish that, I don't want to start any other major series. But there are other smaller series that I'm like, I could do. But I'm like in the middle of Ernest. And I mean, even when I finish Ernest, there's a lot more Ernest I just don't own yet. But I could do that. And I got one more movie in the Austin Powers series. There's one more Scooby-Doo movie. Like, I have a bunch of these like short series that I haven't watched the last of. And I'm like, I don't want to start another, 2 or 3 or whatever, short series that I could do. I don't want to just start another one while I have so many out there. So I'm like, I want to pick one of those and get that done. And I think I'm going to just finish up Austin Powers. Get that over with. It's Austin Powers and Goldmember, which I don't recall being the greatest entry in the series. But it's in the. It wasn't so bad that I don't still to this day. 18, 19 years after the movie came out, wish that they would have done a fourth. I still do. I still would. I would go to the theaters to see a fourth one. So it wasn't like it destroyed the series. It was just. I mean, in the grand scheme, like comparing it to James Bond movies, it's like the Roger Moore era of Bond's movie. I'm just. Forget, I haven't seen any of those in many years. I remember really hating them. I remember thinking, these are much worse than all the others. And it wasn't that I hated them, I just didn't think they were as good. When I get around to those, I might find that some of them are quite good. I hope I do. I hope I'm wrong. But until then, and possibly even after then, I am going to continue to make fun of them. So yeah, I'm going to watch Austin Powers in Goldmember. I mean, really, the title of the movie is a dick joke. And I would give Austin Powers in Goldmember 4.7 out of 10. Yeah. And it's so sad, because, like, the second of the movies was better than the first. But the Austin Powers movies were built on being a parody of the James Bond series. With some other things they're parodying in there as well. But this isn't. This is a parody of the previous Austin Powers movies. And I think that's what I don't like. From the back of the box. He's found his mojo, baby. And now Austin Powers, Mike Myers from Shrek, strikes gold in his newest 24-karat shagadelic comedy adventure. The shh hits the fan when Dr. Evil and Mini-Me escape from prison. Joining forces with the super freaky Goldmember, they kidnap Austin's father, master spy Nigel Powers, Oscar winner Michael Caine, in a dastardly time travel scheme to take over the world. Before you can shake your booty, Austin cruises to 1975 and teams up with sexy Foxy Cleopatra, Beyonce Knowles, R&B group Destiny's Child, to stop Dr. Evil and Goldmember from their mischievous mayhem. With Michael York, Robert Wagner, Seth Green, Mindy Sterling, and Vern J. Troyer. Yeah, that's it. It's a movie. Beyonce, of course, doesn't do bad, considering, if you even notice, she's known as the singer, not an actress. So, considering that, she does great. Of course, Michael Caine's great. Why he's in there, I don't know. There's no James Bond about James Bond's father and his family. That's not the... But they went there for this one. The inclusion of the character of Goldmember feels like Mike Myers was like, oh, well, I played 2 characters in the first movie. And then with the addition of Fat Bastard, I played 3 characters in the second movie. I guess I gotta play 4 characters in the third movie. I was like, no, you don't. You didn't have to. And also you made him gross and... I mean, he made him a character where when he comes on screen, I don't want to watch the movie. You're like, I want this character to be repulsive. Oh, well, you've successfully made him repulsive to the point you make your movie repulsive. Maybe you shouldn't have been so successful at that. Like, come on. And the movie does so much. There's the random spy school scene of when Dr. Evil and Austin Powers and Basil and Number 2 all went to school together to be spies. Because, that's clearly the background that the characters were based on. The fact that Mini-Me defects to the good guys feels like really just because, so we've had him looking like mini Dr. Evil. What if we dress him up like mini Austin Powers? That'd be funny. So many of the jokes, and even just side characters throughout the movie, are not necessarily there to be funny as much as it seems that they are there to remind you, hey, remember in the previous movie when something was funny? They spent too much time paying back to their old other movies. The story in this one is really Austin's daddy issues, and let's zoom past and because daddy's involved, and Dr. Evil's now my brother, we're going to be allies suddenly, and he knows how to save the day because he's the one that set up the tractor beam in the first. So I don't take it seriously. I don't find it funny. It only reminds me of things that were funny. And it's got some scenes. It's by no means terrible. It's just unimpressive and at times boring, at times repulsive. But, I love the opening. And they kind of close it, tying it into the same thing. They open and close it. They bookend the movie with this idea that Steven Spielberg is making an Austin Powers movie. And like the opening scene, like a James Bond action movie with Tom Cruise as Austin Powers and Kevin Spacey as Dr. Evil, Danny DeVito as Mini-Me. I want more of that. That was great. I like the jokes with Britney Spears. It's like, haha. Definitely sets it in its time, but they completely gloss over the time travel factor with how old Austin's father should be. I'm like, whatever. But even still, and with and at the end, like, they change things so much. Dr. Evil's now on the good guys scene. Scott Evil is now would end up being the villain. All sorts of things are shooken up with that. That it's, as much as I'm like, I don't respect the movie and how it got there, I'm still like, if they chose to move forward with that and go back to making a parody of a James Bond style movie, I still feel like they could make a sequel that would be great. And they shook things up enough in this one that it could lead to enough of a shake-up in that movie that it would feel fresh and new again. Well, this was in 2002. It's now 2021. I'd say that ship has sailed, but there are randomly movies and series that just get sequels this far out. That's not impossible. We'll see if they do it. Hey, they're parodying James Bond. James Bond changes actors. You don't have to have Mike Myers play the characters. You don't. I feel you'd need the same actor that plays Austin to play Dr. Evil. That's the same actor for the two of them. It can be someone different. I feel you'd probably still need Mike Myers on like the writing team. Like, I'd still want that in there, but you'd have someone else play, take over the role. That'd be funny. That'd be cool. That would fit in theme. You can completely not bring back the characters of Goldmember or really Fat Bastard for that matter. Those don't need to return. You can move forward. Oh well. I watch it to complete the set. To complete the series. And I now have. So that's one series that I'm no longer in the middle of. But yeah, I'll probably go in and edit some more for this evening. That'll be good enough for me. And I'm gonna say thank you for joining me, and joining me as my journey continues.